I'm back now, so hopefully that most of you guys that are watching can literally join us and be part of the program this evening. So if you are joining and if you can hear me, please say ha 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 ha. So let us go and have this conversation. I don't even know where this my headphone is. So good evening, guys. So let me wait for a few people to join us. It's going to be wonderful. So let us go and have a conversations. I want to talk about the very dark man situation and also Bobrisky and the whole factors. So if you guys are joining, please make sure that you are literally being part of this evening program. So if you're going to be joining us, make sure that you are joining us and you are listening or perhaps shares as well. Um, I'm alive. I'm live on YouTube as well, and I'm also live on our TikTok page and on our Facebook platform as well. So if you are our regular visitors, please join us. Let us have a conversation. I want the people that are listening via the YouTube to tell me if they can hear me. So, and if you can hear me on TikTok as well, please let me know if I'm clear or if I'm coming out as clear as I want to be. So if you can hear me, you can just pin like on it and I will hear you out as well that you guys can hear me. I want to say good evening to all of you guys that are joining us, especially those of you that are currently following this page for the first time. As you can see, this is an independent platform. My platform is not a platform that dance. So what we are going to be discussing today is discussing about the whole scenario on the very dark man situation, on also the Nigerian Correctional Facility, the jail, the EFCC, the Bobrisky, and every other thing. And why I think this case is going on, it's bringing us into a bigger picture of what is happening in the country. Nigeria is not being run as a nation. Whether you like it or not, our country is not being run as a nation. In short, as a matter of fact, I still believe, say, zoo, where did they keep Panama, then they run them better past the way where they keep, where they'll take run Nigeria. And I can understand the frustration that very dark man is facing. I also understand the frustration people that are criticizing him are facing. I have criticized him, and I'm going to lay down the point why I criticize him and why I think he could do better. Because platform is a platform when it's being checkmate. A platform that nobody is checkmating is never going to be a better platform. That is just the basic fact. When Very Dark Man came up with this news a couple of days ago, the first thing I noticed about it, I saw opportunity. I saw a big opportunity. I'm like, wow. So Bobrisky did not really go to jail. I said, wow. Bobrisky did not just go to jail. Not only did he not go to jail, Bobrisky also paid money for EFCC to drop charges against him. And then I am looking at this big opportunity that presented itself onto Nigerians. And my intention was like, this is an opportunity to highlight what is happening in the country. But on a looking at it and seeing the way Very Dark Man analyze it, it takes the whole juice, the whole tea, the whole power of that particular problem. He took it away. And we have to call it out so that the next time information like this will come to him, he can use it better. He can filter it better. If you say it the way they tell you, sometimes you lose the content of the message. This is where Very Dark Man have wrong the whole scenario. First of all, if you are fighting corruption and you heard that somebody that was supposed to be in prison did not go to prison but stayed in an apartment, that is not a problem of the person. That is not a problem of Bobrisky. That is a problem of a nation. Okay? Bobrisky does not decide where she stay or where she did not stay, or where he stayed or where he did not stay. The government and the agency decided it for him. And he only went along and paid bribe to accept the deal that was on the table for him. And then you also heard that Bobrisky talked about my godfather. My godfather said, I am not going to be in jail today. My godfather said, I am not going to prison. Now, that is a big news that we can basically decimate and probably remove EFCC chairman. But what happened was this. Very dark man did not thought through it before he came out to say everything as it is. By calling Falana, by personalizing it to facts, he has bundled and butchered the case from the origin. Now, the whole nation is now divided. Is he doing a personal fight or is he fighting justice? These are the two things. If you have a problem with Bobrisky, we understand. So if you want to deal with Bobrisky, you deal with Bobrisky. But this particular case is bigger than Bobrisky, is bigger than Very Dark Man, is bigger than every one of us. So we need to come together and talk about it. Don't make anybody a scapegoat. What Very Dark Man did was that he tried to make Bobrisky the villain. Bobrisky is not the villain. The EFCC is the villain. The Correctional Center is the villain. The system of Nigeria is the villain. That is how he lost the message. And I know passion are high. A lot of his supporters are getting angry. They are like, oh, you cannot talk against Very Dark Man. We are not talking against Very Dark Man. I am saying how he lost this momentum in the sound mind. Because listen, the first time Very Dark Man got the video or the voice recording, he make a tweet or a post out and called out Bobrisky, said, go and pay this man in 24 hours. Bobrisky refused to pay the man in 24 hours. The Very Dark Man released the audio. Does it mean if Bobrisky paid in 24 hours, Very Dark Man would have kept that video? I want, please, sensible people to answer. Do you think if Bobrisky paid the 4 million to the man, do you think Very Dark Man would have released the video? Do you think Very Dark Man could have still gone ahead and released the video? I want you to go and check the meaning of blackmailing. Just go on your phone now and check it out. Because if Very Dark Man is fighting for justice, for fairness, immediately that footage came to him. He should be releasing it. But he used it to bargain who is more powerful between him and Bobrisky. That is where he lost it. Then when he came out to talk about it again, then he called Fax. He insinuated that Fax is a gay. That's what he said. That's what he did. If you guys don't understand, that is what he insinuated. He went ahead and quoted Fax music. That is how he started to lose the content of that recording. He began to lose it. He began to lose the content of the recording. The recording was a message too powerful on its own. Very Dark Man did not need anything to add to it. Just play it and watch and let it go on fire. But when you came out and begin to say, Fax, the bad guy, you say you are fighting for human rights, you are doing this, so it will rub away everything. Then you begin to call out the father, it will rub away everything. If you are really fighting for corruption, then you don't supposed to even use that recording to blackmail Bobrisky to go and pay the money. You don't supposed to use it, but you did. And you did not do it. You tried to personalize it to Fax, to his father, and to every other person that was involved on that record. That is how Very Dark Man lost it. That is my own opinion. I know a lot of you guys, people don't just analyze things in a critical way. A lot of people just came and said, don't say this, don't say this. We're not ready to say that. Which they worry you. Don't talk against Very Dark Man. Listen. Use your number 6 to ask yourself a question. Very Dark Man received the video. If you want to join us on TikTok, just click request and you can join us as well. And I will want our usual panel to come up, please. If you want to come up, please. Very Dark Man received the video or the voice recording. The Very Dark Man came out and make a threat and said, if you don't go and pay this man, I'm going to release it. That is blackmailing on his own. Yes. So somebody is saying on YouTube that I think he said today that the hearing that Bobrisky paid in stipulated time and still needed to expose the corruption, try to do the review of the hearing. If he said on the hearing today, brother, I don't know. What I have noticed was that Very Dark Man said, I gave you 48 hours. Okay, I gave you 48 hours or 24 hours to go and do the needed and pay the money. That alone is blackmailing. If you don't understand what blackmailing is. Another thing that you need to really go and check. When you record somebody making a WhatsApp call to you, that kind of video or that kind of recording is inadmissible in any court of law. You understand? That kind of recording is inadmissible in any court of law. When you are making a phone call through WhatsApp message, WhatsApp normally tell you it's encrypted. WhatsApp will tell you this call you are making is encrypted. But most of the time, Nigerians are going above it and recording somebody else's voice recording. I can guarantee you that recording cannot see the light of the day in the court of law.
Yeah, Mr. Ben, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You know the problem.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
From our own intake,
yes.
God sent that message,
yes.
has succeeded in his mission. Do you know why I said so? He knew that VDM and Bobrisky, they are not in good times. Are you getting me?
Yes.
He used both of them together.
So you mean the guy that released the recording know that VDM and Bobrisky are not good friends?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they are not in good terms. And both are ex-convicts. Are you getting? They've gone to prison.
Yes.
And VDM, listening that he went to man. In go that side. Why this one no go? If that one must go back, that man when release that audio, just use both of them to get at each other.
Do you think that is a blackmailing?
No, but I would say it's just like now. Why did he not? So let me put it this way: everybody in this world and on this social media knows that VDM and Bobrisky are just like cataracts. Why did that guy not go and report to another person? Why VDM?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. Falila, good evening.
You are here. You understand?
Yes.
Other people are here who are standing for the rights of humans. You know that, okay, now that Mr. Ben, if he has sent you that thing, I will not worry. You know why? I never see you have an issue with Bobrisky. Why giving out that kind of information to the person?
If I get that video, if I get that recording, this is what I would do. If I get a recording, I don't have a problem with Bobrisky. Bobrisky does not decide where he spent his time in prison. The government decided. So my problem would be the government. Bobrisky would be like 10% of my problem. I don't know if you're hearing. My problem would have been, how can somebody be sentenced to jail and you guys collected money from him to put him in a flat? How can somebody be sentenced to jail and you guys basically ask him to pay 15 million? This is the bigger picture.
But Bobrisky is claiming that that voice recording is AI, which means on my own, I don't believe.
Yes, I don't believe it. That voice recording is not AI. Yes.
See, secondly, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. What Bob was very, very wrong. Where on earth would you see somebody that will borrow you 4M without collateral or interest on it? And that was very, very wrong. Let's just be honest. And secondly, the reason why that guy reported to Very Dark Man was because Very Dark Man have a lot of audience, and he felt Very Dark Man will be able to drag Bob out. That is just why the reason why I felt that guy reported to Very Dark Man.
Absolutely, you are correct. You are correct. Hold on.
And he also have beef. You know, before all this jail and this, now Bobrisky now was Very Dark Man made a mistake. If I were him, when playing that audio, I wouldn't say anything. I would just play it in it. I would not analyze anything on that audio. That was the
my sister. I take my heart for you for that, because
that was the part he made a
the
mistake.
biggest problem.
Analyzing or explaining or defining the voice note of that. Let them listen, not from you. We don't want to hear from you. We are hearing from the voice note.
The biggest problem. That, my sister, do you think that basic analysis that Very Dark Man did on that video, on that voice, do you think it has taken even 30% or 50% of the conversation we should be having away from it? Because of that bias, which I consider very biased, analytical of that voice, because that voice alone is a power message on its own.
Yeah, and the way he even did it, you can see that passion, that anger in his face. It's just that, see, I get what I say, two enemies, it just like Mr. Demi and you with a quarrel. And this thing, people know there are other bloggers, there are other people you can use to get Bobrisky.
Absolutely.
VDM is just a recent
no, I don't even have a problem with him going to VDMO.
He can report to whoever he wants to report. I don't see him reporting to Very Dark Man was not because Very Dark Man is having issue with Bob.
I do. My sister.
Very Dark Man will be in the best position to drag Bob. That's what I thought.
My sister, I disagree. That video. Francisca, wait, please. Wait. Let me explain something to my sister. That video, that voice recording was sent to Very Dark Man, not to change Nigeria, but to shame Bobrisky. That was the intention. The intention was very clear. Shame Bobrisky. That is why Very Dark Man came and said, if you don't pay this guy his money in 24 hours, this is what I will do. I just want us to be very open-minded, because Very Dark Man is not a perfect human being. It's a man.
Mr. Ben, do you think if
hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Stella, please. Stella, go ahead.
I haven't forgotten what I wanted to ask you.
You said, do I think? I was telling you, I said,
okay.
I said that video, yeah.
Do you think if Very Dark Man had not played that audio, had not that issue was not reported to Very Dark Man, do you think Bob would have paid that money.
No, my sister, the money is not a contention here.
But it's the genesis of all this.
If that video come to you, if you have access to that video, between the video and the money, which one would you pick? Because if you really a justice fighter in the country, and you know that EFCC, one of the biggest institutions in Nigeria,
even I used to tell my children, and I will still tell my great-grandchildren, Nigeria, there is no justice in Nigeria.
Yes.
Don't ever get yourself involved in anything that will drag you out. If you don't have money in this country and you don't have connection,
you are done.
Your name is sorry.
You are done.
Honestly, if you fighting justice in this country, it will not work.
It will not work. It's a defeated effort.
I saw that video, my heart. I felt for that boy that borrowed Bob that money. That was just my interest, not the corruption stuff, because that one will not work. Me, I know that one. It will not work.
Do you know the reason why Bob pay back immediately? You know there are two enemies. So they're not going to report my enemy now.
No, Francis, I disagree with you. He was afraid. He was afraid for more. Not because of Very Dark Man. It was because of that audio Very Dark Man played. Because it was after he played the audio that Bob went to pay that money. The first time he did not. It was his second. When Very Dark Man posted the second video, when he posted the second video on his platform, that was when Bob had to go and pay that money. It is not because he's afraid of Bob.
So do we now agree now that Very Dark Man need to learn lesson for the next information that may come to him?
Yes, I even immediately left the panel. He was posting. I had to go to his inbox and told him to stop putting any updates. There's nothing like being silent. Stop exposing some certain information. Your enemy will know your weakness.
Thank you.
It's too open. It's too open and it's not good. Sometimes you have to keep some certain things to yourself. Allow your enemies to be guessing your next step. That is exactly where it's getting it.
So can we, because where I want this fight to be, Francisca, go on, please. Then I'll go. Yes.
He has this ego that, okay, people there on me. If they forget, sometimes they friend they for him, umbrella who they will bring it away. It's a proverb. You understand?
Okay.
It should always when they sit down, they resist before posting. Forget about Bob now. The innocent people, when we say they use, do you know that some officers, when they feel their family now, they are on suspension because of this thing?
Guys,
what came out on that audio was real. Let them go on suspension. Their own is getting too much.
Sorry, my sister, hold on. If you are on YouTube and you want to join us, there's a link there. Just click on that link and you will join us. If you're also on a Facebook and you want to join, you can as well click on the link and join us. For those of you guys on YouTube, kindly click the link and join us and have your say. There's something you say now, Stella. You said that if there is anyone that is guilty in that case, they should go back, they should go to jail, and they should be sacked. Are you saying that the correctional center need to be held accountable for what they did? Because today they are justifying it now that they have to put.
But Bob identify himself as a man, so I see no reason why. I didn't see any Nigeria constitution that said when you identify yourself as a man, you should be kept separately.
I understand, but you know we're not dealing. We have to really. Stella, go ahead.
On my own, what's the charge for? What they charge for? What they charge for?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's not supposed to be charged for spraying money. On my own.
I was just You shouldn't be charged for spraying money. Normal. The fact that they segregated him from the other inmates. In terms of human rights and all that, that was the right thing to do. Even here, even if you identify as a man and they feel like you are a risk in general population, they don't put you in the midst of general population. They will definitely segregate you. And in Bob's case, even though he identified as a man, we already know how he portrayed himself outside of prison. A lot of people actually see him as a woman. In terms of his personal appearance and all that. So in a more sane country, like if it was in the US or whatever, they will still definitely segregate him. They are not going to put him in the midst of those men. Are you telling me we are in Nigeria? Let's remove from in our vast country.
When it comes to human rights, Stella.
Are you telling me that if you are in the position of Bob, is it because Bob is a celebrity? If you're in the position of Bob, you then do the same thing for you. No, listen to me. I said, when it comes to human rights, we don't have a difference in country. Human rights actually cuts across everywhere.
Yes.
In the world. I agree with you, but it doesn't matter if Bob is a celebrity or not. Even if it is not a celebrity, and they come in such appearance, and if they come in such, even sometimes, even if you go to prison and they see that you are vulnerable, let's say you are so fragile, you are probably feminine, they would definitely not put you in general population. They would want to protect you, okay? And mind you, this lady was or guy. It's a public figure. People know him already. But according to the audio, he said he was outside the prison.
Hold on, my sister. Hold on, Stella. I want to just explain something. Let me just come in a little bit. We've got Joy on YouTube. Good evening, Joy, and we've got a couple of other people joining us. Let me just explain something to you guys. There are what we call human right. Human right is not exempted to a country. It's a United Nations law. You cannot dispute it. It's like putting a child now in a prison of adult, or it's like putting young ladies in a prison of male dominated prison. Bobrisky have a future that makes her appear as a woman 95%. I don't know what is inside after he take everything off, but the future is 95%. On the same video we are talking about, Bobrisky wrote the guy that he borrowed 4 million from. You kissed me in the hotel room. You did not pay me for that. That means even that man see Bobrisky as a kissable person. Okay, the Nigerian Correctional Center are right 100% under international law, under human rights law, to segregate Bobrisky from any harm, both from the women's side of the wing or from the male side of the wing. Because Nigeria is not at that level yet, whereby you can just take him and put him in a male prison. They will basically destroy him, as the man has recently said today. Now, I agree with that one 100%. What I don't agree with is EFCC collecting money to drop charges. What I don't agree with is the correctional center collecting money to host him in a flat outside the prison. These are the things I don't agree with. These are the conversations that Nigerians should be having and knowing fully well. And then if you hear Galadimawa yesterday on Channel TV, Galadimawa say, and Galadima is not a small person. This is a person that for 8 years of Buhari fear him. This is one of the most powerful voice from the northern part of Nigeria. He said, do you know in this country, you'll be sentenced to jail. I say you will do your sentences abroad. I agree with him 100%. When Dasuki Gate came out of prison, how many of you remember the video of Dasuki? Dasuki looked robust. His skin more fresher than anybody else. Dasuki never went to jail. We know it, and all of us can understand he never go to jail. This has been happening over and over again. So this Bobrisky matter actually give us a topic to discuss about. It gives us something to say, okay, this is what is happening in this country. That the prison are not meant for poor people. If ordinary Bobrisky can be given a facility outside the prison, talk about governors, talk about senators, talk about billionaires that have stealing money from us. So we could have been using that to be shouting across the country. This is where I have a personal problem with Very Dark Man. I told him already. He blocked me. I said, brother, if you need to listen to your voice 10 times before you broadcast it, do it, because it will help you. He blocked me. I told him, I said, listen, just because it sounds good does not mean you should come and present it good. When Very Dark Man began to analyze that video, there are 3 mistakes he did there. He insinuated that 100% Falana is involved. Not saying it. Yeah, he insinuated it. He also went ahead and insinuated facts is a gay. That's what he did. There's nobody can dispute what he said there. You cannot do such an assumption as a public figure. You cannot say, oh, facts, facts the bad guy, facts the bad guy. Yes, you cannot do that. Once you do that, you have gone against the message that you want to present. People are beginning to see now, you have a problem with Obi Kubana, you have a problem with Tunde Not, you have a problem with this one, you have a problem with this one. You are becoming a problem child instead of a solution that God has made you to be. I have a lot of respect for Very Dark Man. One thing I have done in this, my platform is this, and I said it before, when I see a pastor with 1 million followers, I respect that man of God. Because I don't know, whatever this man is using to control 1 million people, I want that grace. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever Very Dark Man is using, or whatever power, that grace God has given to him, I respect that grace. But that does not mean I'm not going to say what I see that is wrong in it. So that is my own say. I want to welcome Joy and Jay. So Jay on YouTube, you're welcome. Okay, Jay has gone on. So somebody else can take over, please. I saw Queen standing there. Queen Anita, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you 100% with what you said. We were confused for sure about when they were saying Very Dark Man said. You know, there's a statement now that they say when you say something, even as a YouTuber or anything, you should put the word allegedly.
Yes.
You can talk everything you want to talk, you now use allegedly. He said a statement before he ended the video. He said, if it happens that this is true, then I have lost my respect for.
Yes.
If me, I heard it very dark. Yes, his analysis was not comfortable. I would have advised him to just play that thing and ended it. And every Nigerian will take it up. Analyze it themselves. Thank you. We know how to analyze this kind of issues very well. But his talk now, they will say Very Dark Man say. But the thing is, I heard he said, if anything he say if, that's what me I heard. I'm not, maybe my ears was wrong, but I heard if very well. And then secondly, he went to House of Reps today. I heard them saying that the suspension they gave to the people is online suspension because the one of the reps took the phone and asked the man that was giving the excuse why they did not put what's his name, Bobrisky, in the prison. And when he was saying he has features and anything, then the man now asked him, okay, did you people... He now said no, that it was online suspension. So none of these people were suspended, or it was just online suspension. I'm sure all these things is just because we all know as Nigerians that these things happen. It's just 2-3 weeks. Matter of another big problem should come in now. We will forget Bobrisky and put under the table.
But what I thank you for that elaboration that you just did now. But let me welcome Jay. Jay, come on, please, on YouTube. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ben, for this opportunity. Like what I would say, my name is Justice anyway. What I would say is this, you know, Very Dark Man has a very big platform. I don't know why he has refused, you know, to take advice. You know, what he's intending to do is good, but the method he's using is even causing more harm than good. You see it? Now, when that person saw the tape or had the tape and gave it to Very Dark Man was the best person to even, let me not say one of the best, to handle that case. Being that he has a personal vendetta for Bobrisky and he is the type that is always calling out, government and the rest. But because of, should I call it illiteracy? Because from where I look at him, he should have gotten experience before now and know how to seek for right advices from his lawyers, if may be, so that they were educating. I don't know, because I know you will post this thing later. He might see it. So they were educating so that in the future, when something like this should repeat itself, because this is where you would not differentiate literacy or educated person from an uneducated person. This is where school not to be scam. Because someone that is well educated, so to say, I'm not body shaming him or school shaming him, will know how to bring this sensitive information and blast it in the face of everyone. Even if you want to talk, don't join any side. If they call fast, you can just say fast. Your name is mentioned, though. Oga Falana, they mention your name, oh. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
You are not there when anything happened. You don't have to be the commentator to conclude whether this thing is positive. Just call their name in case they're not here and well. Oga Falana, your name show. Fast. Fast, my guy. Your name show. What is this up? If maybe you just want to make jest of the thing and leave it like that. You see it?
Go ahead.
So that is where it is paining me. That imagine a very juicy information that one could have used to make a strong point in the country. You just messed it up, start making it look like it's a baby thing.
It looked like a child's play.
Child's play.
This is something that could remove EFCC chairman. It could remove him from office. It's as serious as that. This is something that could remove the prison head from Nigeria. It could remove him from the office.
It's not too late if they can handle it very well.
It's a serious matter. The Nigerian police and Nigerian government always look for opportunity to pie matter like this. And Very Dark Man came up with a package that they can use as a litigation. First of all, in short, Very Dark Man could have even pushed more for evidence of that fund that was transferred to those prison officers. Or within on his own right to say, Bob, I have seen this, so I will release it to you. Have to give me the evidence of this. And it could have been one of the biggest scandals that will ever come out of Nigeria. And he still is, so I'm not going to lie to you. But I think the damage has been done.
I don't think so, because you say he has that tape. So I'm sure the way he's boasting about that second tape, maybe there's one secret.
That is where the blackmailing come from. The word I want you. Hold on.
Releasing that radio guard was admiring him. You understand? Now the table got really shaken.
The lady. Let me explain something, guys. I don't want to.
Because a video show where Bobrisky did that.
The thing is that he didn't even have to blackmail Bobrisky. Whether he came through the blackmail or not, Very Dark Man was supposed to even post that anyway. Maybe he should have done after posting the audio first, you can call him out. Bobrisky, the person that posted this thing, said you are owing 4 million.
Go pay him,
Go and pay him. You understand? So if everybody don't say, this guy, so you're not debtor upon the money where you dey flash online, shame go, out of shame you go pay. You don't even need blackmail for this kind of thing, nah.
How you go open when you know say get your
can imagine. Very ungrateful woman being, Bobrisky, honestly.
Guys, let me come up and say my own personal thing, which I believe. I know a lot of you guys may not agree. I live in the UK, and currently my boss is a gay, and I respect him. And many of us live abroad here. Some people, a woman that was always coming online and shout against this transgender and gay thing in Nigeria. His sister told me he worked for an old man that is basically a gay as a carer. So we understand the system we live in the UK. And when I'm addressing Bobrisky, it's automatically coming up of my mind to call her, because that is what she wants to be called. Maybe when I'm in Nigeria, I'll address her differently, but I have that respect for her wishes and her passion of who she wants to be. I don't want us to be developing personal hatred on her based on what she wants to be like. I don't want us to do that. I want us to be basing our judgment on her character, on what she's doing, on her identity, just the way we are basing our judgment on our government officials. Bobrisky is not the problem of Nigeria. Very Dark Man is not the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is our government agency that is corrupt beyond reasonable doubt. The problem of Nigeria is exactly the government of Nigeria, not Bobrisky, not Very Dark Man. Let us get it clear. So the beef between Very Dark Man and Bobrisky is the reason why this case is not getting the attention that it deserves. Do you know what it takes for EFCC to collect 15 million from somebody to drop a case in the morning of the trial? That is enough evidence. That is enough evidence. So let us understand where our fight is. I don't want this enormous hatred that is coming on Bob. I am telling you guys, we should stop it. That personal hatred, like you don't like her lifestyle, we don't like that. That is what she chose. That is what she wants to be. She wants to be a woman. Let her be a woman. As long as it does not consign your personal space, let us advocate for people to live in the harmony of their space. And again, I would like to say, I was watching a video of Bob when he just came out years ago. And I was looking at this man, how he transformed. Who did it for him? I don't know. There must be a godfather. So let us stop the personal vendetta on Bobrisky, on her or him. Let us begin to analyze the issue that is coming out in Nigeria. Fairness. On my platform here, where I base, or where God gave me this small platform, where you guys are the supporting, or you guys are here. We don't discriminate. I don't discriminate against gay. I don't discriminate against lesbian. That is me. If you don't like me, I am sorry. I am a full straight man. But I respect everyone's choices. So when we are talking about Bob, this is not a place to be hating on her. Let us analyze what happened. Bob was offered a deal, and anybody will accept it. I will accept it. I'm not ready to go to prison. If somebody arrests me in Nigeria and say, give me 1 million, we'll put you somewhere, I will pay for it because that is the system. But in the UK, you are going to jail, even if you are a prime minister.
But the parts where Bob turn around and try to do a Very Dark Man, that is where I don't understand. This is taking Very Dark Man to the court.
Because that's a law.
You know, Very Dark Man gave excuse for such. That's my own personal anger. I don't have a problem with the personality.
No,
you know, that is my pain. When you want to catch somebody like the government, you like as Nigeria, you work with sense. Because Nigeria government is such a kind of government that even if it's a tiny thing, they will use to hold you. That tiny thing, they will make it a very, very mighty thing for you. So it shouldn't have given them that excuse.
Let me just give you a brief story. Please, I want you guys to listen. About in May this year, a friend of mine who left this country to Nigeria, his name is Andrew. He was in Port Harcourt. Then he was in Aba. He invited 2 girls. Those girls are still missing up to today. When the police arrested him, the police took him for 2 weeks. They said this girl were on a self-kidnap. No case to answer. His house was searched. 30 police officers search his house. They search it. Nothing. They kept him in prison for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, they were about to release him. Another police came to pick him up. They were taking him to Abuja for the IG with a fake document. The police in Umaya released him. The two girls, nobody's asking about them. They took Andrew, my friend. They took Andrew on the 21st. They spent 6 days along the road. They collected money from him. They finally pie him along the road. But when they were traveling, they didn't know Andrew was texting me. Me sitting down here now, just the way somebody would have given info to Very Dark Man. Andrew was writing me, I'm with the police. We are in this hotel. I said, what are you guys doing in a hotel? They said, there's no case to answer. The guests are on a self-kidnap. I'm only going to Abuja to answer IG or police. I was listening. Message was coming to my phone. I was keeping it. On the 26th of May, Andrew was deleted in Benue. They spent 2 nights in Uyo. They spent 2 nights in Benue. I asked him, what are you guys doing in Benue? He said that he was driving himself. I said, driving yourself? This is not normal. He said, the police said there's no problem. They are just want to see his wife. They pied this guy after collecting millions from him. When they came out and said Andrew was this monster, I said, this man cannot be the monster now that you guys are talking about. I have the video of you people sleeping in the same room with this man for night 1, night 2, night 3, night 4, for 5 nights. How come he's a monster? You guys are sleeping in the same room with him. How come he's a monster? You guys are collecting money from him. I spoke about, do you know what Nigerian police did? They begin to sponsor everyone. They called Daddy Freeze. They call a young lady called Rachel to come and lie on me on Daddy Freeze, that I am an accomplice. I said, I have not even been to Nigeria since January. How can I be accomplice in Nigeria? They were lying on me. I was on Daddy Freeze for 6 hours.
Yeah, but if I will say something, I follow up that case very well. Even when we are on live with Daddy Freeze,
yes,
the way you talked about it, maybe that's what complicated the matters.
No, the way I talk about it, did not complicate the matter. Hold on, biggest bed. The way I talk about it did not complicate the matter because I got to know about the case 4 days before they killed Andrew. So when I was on Daddy Freeze, I was confronted with that girl. Biggest bed, let me ask you a question. The girl that came to witness against me narrated on Daddy Freeze that she was kidnapped for 6 days. No food, no water.
And she showed you the injury.
Hold on, please. Hold on. There's no personal feeling here. We are over it. That one
is over, but I'm not.
Yeah, but I just needed you, biggest bed, to ask yourself a question. He was kidnapped for 6 days. No food, no water. The man that kidnapped him, make her cook jollof rice, fried rice, and the man ate it. The man did not give to her. After 6 days, the girl jumped out of the window or out of this fence to 4 fences. The vigilante in the community catch her. She showed the vigilante the same injury you are saying now they show to you. The vigilante chained her on the ground. Just be listening, When the vigilante released her in the morning, she ran down to the police. This is what she said out of her mouth. She ran down to the police. And then the police told her to go and bring 200,000 before they can even go and question Andrew. My brother, are you listening to her story?
I followed it up properly, but what I know is that in Nigeria, anything can happen.
No, I am asking you. No, please. We are Nigerians. Do you think there's anywhere in Aba that vigilante will catch somebody with that blood, the blood that make you scared on a video, that a real vigilante in a community, we see that blood, we see that injury, and catch the girl and still chain her on the ground? And by the way, we have done our investigation. Those girls are not missing. They are still going to come out. The police must release them. The question that you need to ask yourself, where is it even possible? Let us take emotion away when we're analyzing injustice. Because that is where we are as a country right now. Because injustice have no brother, have no sister, have no mother. It can happen to you today, biggest bed. You could be going out, EFCC will catch you and say you are a Yahoo man. You are a Yahoo man.
And that one is not possible.
Eh?
I don't live in Nigeria. They can't call me a Yahoo
If you go to Nigeria, I say if you could be going.
They will provide evidence for it.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. But they could do that. Just imagine before you ask for evidence, they put tire on your head.
There's no justice in Nigeria. I want to give an example of something.
Just like Kelechi's issue, he was not in Nigeria when they extorted him.
Okay.
They will kill him and throw him.
Biggest bed. Biggest bed.
Andrew, we have seen Andrew's corpse. Where are the victims' body?
I've not seen them.
Biggest bed. Biggest bed.
Somebody as a suspect. We agree that he committed whatever they said he did. Now we have seen his own. Where are the victims' body? Where's Afiba and Selim's body?
I only see one they wrapped with cotton.
It's not a body. Biggest bed. That was not a body. It's on this channel now. Go down on this video on this channel and go and watch it. And come back live. I want you to drop now and go and watch the video. And come back and I'll connect. I will receive you back. Go and watch the video and tell me that's a human body. That's what they presented to Nigerians.
Do you think those girls are still alive?
My sister, every indication shows that they are alive.
Yes, because there's no stress in anywhere.
Every indication shows that they are alive. Let me tell you something, Stella. Those girls came to visit Celine, Blessing in Port Harcourt. Blessing did not report the case for 48 hours. Stella, if I send my daughter to come and visit you, and my daughter says she's missing, what is your reaction?
I will report immediately to the police station.
Okay. This girl, please, if you're not talking, mute yourself so that other people can hear, please. Very, very important. Stella, when these girls sent a message to Blessing, Blessing kept the message for 48 hours. When Afiba's husband called Blessing, said, I've been trying to reach my wife for the last 48 hours. I cannot reach out to her. Blessing told the husband, your wife promised to come and see me. I have not seen your wife. It is on a text message Blessing sent back. But the same woman have spent 3 nights in Blessing's house before they left to Aba. Now, the same Blessing did not move from Port Harcourt to go to Aba. Blessing traveled to Abuja. Blessing have a senator boyfriend called Senator Darlington, a very powerful man from the same Abia. And here is her 2 friends missing in the same Abia. What do you think the power of a senator is in that kind of a case?
It's to take up the matter now.
They never did it.
It's to take up the issue since those girls are friends to
his girlfriend. They never did it. Blessing left Port Harcourt and fly to Abuja and stay in Abuja for 11 days. Andrew,
you are so convinced those girls are alive.
No, hold on, Stella, hold on, please. I beg you in the name of Christ. I live in the UK and I have been implicated in a case that I investigated. My question now is this: can we begin to ask Nigerian police to provide evidence of their search of these girls, phone record, account? The police have never been interested in asking about the girl. Stella, have you ever heard from Nigerian police about where about the girls?
No.
Have you ever heard them even giving a statement, a recognizing statement?
They promised to give an update.
That was 3 months ago.
And up till now, there's no update.
Because the girls, I have said it before, that the case does not look like the Umahia people that investigated the case said the girls were not missing. They said they were not missing.
That means the family are not aware.
The family is aware, but the police will have to speak what happened.
No, the family they are not aware the girls are alive now. If not, they will not come up looking for the girls. I don't know this whole thing.
No.
It's like now my sister is missing.
Mm-hmm.
I can never be comfortable with it now to 5 years until I see my sister's pulse. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Now, look, let us be sincere to ourselves. Fine, what Andrew did is bad, eh? Fine, we agree. Now, they said the bad person. Where is the evidence? Where is the victim? Where is the... See, the thing is that, have you seen where they from Abia to Abuja for 6 days? One of the just. Now, those people, one of them is married, one about to get married. There are some, what we call, some people who cannot face shame. Now, my sister is missing and claimed, allegedly, they claimed they fired her. Are you getting it? Unfortunately, I'm just saying something, unfortunately, for the person she visited, they fired the person because they think he might have fired her. If my sister should come outside and say, please, because of so person, my brother, my sister, I would just use time to cry. I'm not gonna cry loud.
Okay, Stella. I want to just explain something to Stella, because Stella, I am deeply involved in the case. Please, I want you to mute. Let me just put this out there, because this is exactly the same injustice that I'm talking about. I am deeply involved in the case. I have had a meeting with Nigerian Police PRO face to face. I have booked a meeting with the IG of police on this case. Please mute yourself, Stella. Sorry, not Stella, Francisca, please. I have had a meeting with these people, and I have asked them the same question. What was the investigation you guys carry out? I have asked them, sir, the person these girls came to visit in Port Harcourt, why this person refused to review this SMS message that they have been declared missing on the same day for 48 hours?
Why was Andrew killed? That is another question.
My sister, here we are.
I keep asking online, why was he killed?
Why was Andrew deleted? Why was the police sleeping in a hotel for 6 nights with a suspect as dangerous as Andrew, according to them? What was the investigation that Umaya people carried out? Stella, hold on, please. Stella, hold on, please. Please, I don't want to be muting you. I want you to remain there, please, until I finish. What was the information that Umaya people got that made them to sell Andrew and tell every other people, even tell the Selin family, told Harrison that this was a self-kidnap? What was the information? When the police finally picked up Andrew, why are they sleeping in a hotel? 1 night in Aba, 2 nights in Uyo, 2 nights in Benue. Then they pie him after collecting millions from him. It was me that reviewed all those things. But when I review it, instead of Nigeria to do what I did, what they are doing now, they were asking me, you are an accomplice for knowing too much. Just imagine now calling very dark man an accomplice for knowing that EFCC has paid money. EFCC has been collecting money. Let us remove emotion when we are analyzing case. Personal emotion will destroy evidence. Personal emotion, we have to analyze it. I have asked you now, my sister, if I am your cousin and your daughter came and visit me and in Aba or in Lagos, and he said, uncle, I am going to Ibadan to see my friend, and your daughter called me from Ibadan, uncle, we've been kidnapped by Mr. Ayo that we came to visit. You will expect me to get up from my Lagos state and be going to Ibadan straight away. If I cannot go to Ibadan, I should be going to the nearest police station to report immediately. Just imagine if I abandon your daughter in Ibadan. Your daughter's handbag, suitcase is in my house. Her passport is in my house. Then I took my passport and my ticket and I fly to Kaduna. And after 11 days, you now do everything possible from London that you live to pay police in Ibadan to go and arrest the person they went to visit. Immediately they arrested that person. Me, that has been in the Kaduna since, that have refused to talk, we now write a petition to remove that suspect from the hand of Ibadan people to bring to Kaduna. Why? Are you seeing the connection now? Are you looking at the connection? Because this is exactly what happened. It's fact. And when I'm writing that petition, I did not even mention your daughter's name. I did not mention the person they went to visit, Mr. Ayo. I just say unknowing person. And then the police finally collected that unknowing person. Instead of bringing him to Kaduna straight away, the person began to travel through the whole Nigeria. No, this is what happened now. The person began to travel the whole Nigeria. And then they finally reach Lagos. They pay him in Lagos.
Long truth. They want to extract him.
They pay him in Lagos.
The one that was transferred is the money. Our Nigerian police were after to the human rights. After his money in cash. Who be Andrew sister? Who be Andrew brother? Who be Andrew when we say Harrison go to collect money from those people? Go that long throat, that worries you for that.
So now let us begin to bring this case back again, because I just explained that part, because that's not what we're dealing with today. What we are dealing with today is about Bobrisky, very dark man, and the Nigerian police. For me, the least issue here is Bobrisky. Bobrisky is not an issue. The biggest issue we have is Nigerian system of government, is the correctional center, is the EFCC, an agency that is dedicated to fighting corruption, and an agency that's supposed to arrest people for corruption are now embedded in corruption, collecting 15 million to drop a charges, which was another cooked up charges. And how many of us here can tell us that the sentences of Bobrisky to 6 months in jail was justified? Was that justice?
It was for spray money. Let's be honest, spray money.
He could have been fined. He could have been fined for mutilation of the currency, and he wouldn't necessarily have to.
Exactly.
If you follow up the case when the case started, money laundering case is there.
They said it was dropped.
Yeah.
That was not what they charged him for.
With the audio, it shows that she paid. Whether she
biggest bed. If you are in Bob is not the problem here. Yeah. If you are in his position and you have your way to buy your way,
your freedom,
a problem, would you not do that? You would do that.
No, you know the problem we have in Nigeria. Sometimes we support some bad things because if I
get my way to buy my chance to buy my way out, I will buy them. I don't see Bob not the problem here. Not the bad government.
I want to give you a little analysis. If you are a criminal and if you steal and this person knows that you are a criminal and the person buys from you, once they catch you, the person will also be caught because both of you are accomplices. So for Bob to do that, Bob's supposed to go in for it. Let's forget all these sentimental talks.
Yes, he's supposed to go in for it. But now, most people are against him.
That these people are collecting money, you shouldn't encourage the crime. Because you're encouraging it, you are the one causing the crime as well.
Encouraging it, but Nigeria is corrupt already.
Yes, you should be. If Nigeria is corrupt, you should exempt yourself from corruption. That's why how they.
Okay, wait. Okay. Biggest bed, I want to ask you a question.
Ask.
If you,
they will tell you the way out. They will tell you the alpha. If you know,
be honest too, and answer this question with all sincerity.
No problem.
If you get yourself into problem, for example, and they can't remind you, you can't. As they remind you, you can't get chance to buy your way out. Would you not do it? You will go serve the sentence.
Buy my way out how? Without due process.
They remind you. Then you reach prison. They can't approach you, say, may you give them so amount.
they go drop those charges, and they go sneak you out from the prison. You go say no.
Maybe that's when I will implicate the officers.
You will not do that. You will not do that. You're not answering this question without sincerity. You know go blame. I let you blame and go.
You know why the entire situation.
You know what they call people? You go stay prison for 6 months. And you get opportunity to stay outside prison. They can't tell you say, make you just go on silence. May you don't let anybody know say they come that you not stay the prison. Then you can't tell me say you can't turn and down.
This guy right here now. Say you put it in his own time. You know he say as he be. He refused.
He not feel by way out now.
Did you say he refused?
He not refuse.
Do you think everybody is corrupt? We know the country, majority of the country are corrupt people. That's why the country is like that. But everybody is not corrupt.
So,
this whole thing,
yeah, go ahead.
This whole thing, you know, talking about.
Falila, hold on. Go ahead, sir.
We are talking about critical thinking. I was discussing with someone. We're just thinking, you know, before they arrested Bobrisky, VDM was coming very hot on her or on him, saying that they need to arrest him for his way of life, and he was trying to implicate the House of Rep, and he said all police. That was what led to his own arrest the other time.
Yes.
So now somebody said, do you know that, or do you think that even the arrest of Bobrisky might also be a propaganda just to silence VDM? Because after they arrested Bobrisky, VDM did not have anything to talk about again when it comes to Bobrisky. Because the arrest that you are saying, arrest him, they don't arrest him now. I don't know if you understand. So he didn't have any reason to come online to say arrest him. So he couldn't even call any names again. Now, in that regard, they don't win before that tape came out. No, I'm just bringing out, because it's not about beating around the bush. Well, we have to think it critically, because sometimes the main game can be bigger than what we are thinking.
It's a bigger game.
It can be bigger than what we are thinking. Because when the arrest of Bobrisky was necessary, not be the same crime where carry Bobrisky go jail, not being somebody expect 10 million puts
and go home.
And he went home, he said money in the water.
And that 10 million is another corruption as well, because
and the Godfather was there when they arrested Bobrisky. So it was necessary because the so-called Godfather knew that there's going to be soft landing for him. The whole thing was supposed to just go smooth, so that VDM won't have to come online and start ranting and calling people's name until the mistake was now made.
Do you think with the way?
But in actual sense, Bobrisky, they're supposed to arrest him or her.
Why?
Because
why? What has he done?
What he's doing is not a Nigerian law.
What under which law in Nigeria is it? Which law is Bobrisky breaking?
We can't use Western laws.
My brother, you have just said now, my brother. Biggest bed. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
What a lot of people don't understand is that in Africa, there is no direct law, especially in some parts of Africa, like Nigeria, Ghana is as an example, even though we have not legalized LGBTQ, but there are no outstanding laws that stop people from cross-dressing or acting like female. There's nothing as such, or trying to change a part of their body if they are male to look like female, or if they are female.
There's no law in Nigeria against it. There's no law
stopping or prohibiting anything of that sort. So if we have to go by the law, there is nothing that this person has done that requires him to be arrested. Okay, unless they have been caught in the act practicing carnal knowledge, which is actually having sexual intercourse with the same sex, which
there may be a law against it in the country.
Exactly, because normally African laws, when it comes to that, is kind of linked to our biblical stuff. So we prohibit carnal knowledge. So normally, if even if it's not in the constitution, they will apply the law of how you call it, human law, which is you cannot have that interaction, both same-sex interaction with each other. So even though Bobrisky is parading herself and saying, I have a boyfriend, I have blah, 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 there is no concrete evidence. Nobody has anything that is substantial to actually say, okay,
this is you. We got you.
She's practicing that. So sometimes, like we always say, when we come here, sentiment has to be put aside, because in the law court, it is not about who say what say or what. It's what can you present on the table. What are your facts? Video evidence, clear evidence that you caught the person red-handed. If not, you don't have a case. Okay? And in this case of mutilation of money, like the guy was saying, I felt like it was just a scapegoat. They were, there's some people that have personal vendetta with this guy. They try to punish him one way or the other, and then things went astray. Now, if Bobrisky, even though he has paid money to the EFCC, if he has a good lawyer, this should be trashed, because trust me, this is an offer that was given to him by the office. I'm not sure it was given to him by a lance corporal, or it was given to him by one of these small officers. This is coming from the highest of the highest. Okay. I mean, even here or even in outside the country, Mr. Ben, if you get in trouble, the states, especially with the states, they give you an offer, okay? The state comes to you and tell you, okay, if you accept this charge, we'll drop this charge, okay? We would only prosecute you on this charge. Okay, if you have a good lawyer, they advocate for you. Some of the charges are dropped, because sometimes the state finds out that they don't have a strong case against you. So even if they give you those charges and you go to court, you are likely to win. So
and then it will be a waste of money on the part of the state.
Money for the state, exactly.
Okay.
So this is rubbish. Let's take this out. Okay, but in Africa, because a lot of people don't know the law, even sometimes some of these lawyers, because of the money they want, they side with the police officers or side with these institutions and try to get money, because I'm pretty sure if Bobrisky's lawyer had done the right thing, money laundering was not a charge for whatever this mutilation of the money they were supposed to charge him for in the first place. So why would you allow him to pay that kind of money for that charge to be dropped? That charge, if it had gone into court, will not actually hold any water. You understand? So I think if with everything that is happening, even though we can put a blame on him and say, oh, he paid the money, but these are big institutions that gave him an offer. It didn't come from how should I say the list of people from EFCC or the list of the people from the police. I'm sure judges were included. Okay, I am sure. That's why, Mr. Ben, we are talking about very dark man, how he handled the case, and it's really annoying, because if he had taken his time, this would have brought down a lot of, this would have been a huge issue. This would have been a very huge issue, but he messed it up. Even if someone is going to go for this, it's not going to be any huge. They'll only sacrifice the riffraffs around this case, and they will leave the big guys to still live their life for tomorrow. So sometimes when we get things like this, you have to apply your intellectual knowledge and try to be very critical in how you handle it. Don't just jump on it and, make some mistakes and crack. When a case that looks cracked already, you look like now you give them a chance to come cement it back. They'll find, listen, these guys will come up with an excuse.
They have came up with an excuse. They are up with an excuse now. They are up with an excuse. Hold on, I'm going to
Mr. Ben, Nigeria as a country.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
Things, when it comes to arrests like this, things are not always the way it seems. So let me give you a story. I personally witnessed a case whereby this Yahoo of a thing, there were some guys, they are friends. They had the normal deal where they'll tell you, you bring accounts, you bring the job. Now, the person that had that brought the account, or the side that brought the account, was dealing with one Alhaji that says gold or something. Now, because I was there when they were judging this thing. From the side of how do I put this now? From the side of the way the job actually went, they'll tell you that if it is dating, there's a way they share money. If it is wire transfer, there's a way they share money. Because dating most times comes with cash deposits. While wire transfer is different. So one is 50-50, one is 70-30. Now, the person that had the job asks for account, and they ask him, which how are you sending money to this account?
No, we're waiting. You see, I think Mr. J have a network issue down there. But I needed, before I bring him back on, I like to ask Big Bed, biggest Bed, are you there?
Yeah.
I know you live in Europe. You've just said it now. I want you to tell me or educate me, what are the problems that you personally have with Bobrisky that is against the law of Federal Republic of Nigeria?
I have a personal problem with him normally because, one, I don't want to train my child in a community that people behave in that way. You understand? I live here in Europe. I live in UK. I've lived in France before. But you see, that their lifestyle is not what I want for my kids.
Okay.
And he's introducing that in Nigeria, and I don't need it.
Where are you currently based? Just say Europe, or are you currently based in Europe or Nigeria?
I'm currently based in UK.
You based in the UK. Do you know, with your narrative right now, you're supposed to pack your bag and be going back to Nigeria? Because it is, hold on, it is practically impossible to have this mindset in the UK.
No, you know what? Because, one, I've come of age that I know what is good for me.
No, but let me explain something to you, please. Let me explain. There's a British value, and which included in protection of characteristic, race, gay, sexual, everything.
I have no problem with them here. I'm talking of my own place.
No, hold on. You've just said it now that you don't want to raise your children.
Let me ask him a question. So, are you intending to have kids whilst you are in the UK, and you would live with them in the UK, or you're going to take them to Nigeria once you have them?
No, they are not going to live here.
So you are running. You are staying here, and probably where you work at the moment, some of your colleagues are what you are against. So, and you are working there. Some of the manager, the iPhone you are having in your hand right now, the owner of it is a gay. Is a gay man. So the mark of hold on. Let
I'm only talking about my own kids.
No.
I don't care about how the person lives.
My brother, you don't build your own world. You live among other people. It is called being a tolerance.
Live the way you live.
No, it is called tolerance. My brother, don't make things. My brother, don't make things difficult. Let me explain to you.
No, I'm an African.
There is nothing. There is no.
Their own choice.
My brother.
I can talk about my own people.
My brother. Do you think the government of Nigeria will make a law that will stop what we are talking about now? That anybody cannot dress the way they want?
Quite all right. That's the normal thing they should do, because.
But they are not going to. They are not going to do it because it's not normal. Every human being have a right to be who they want to be.
That's the problem.
Yes. So, my brother, you are alone in this case. Yes.
You know the problem we have? We want to be like people which we don't behave like.
But you are earning their money. You are enjoying their pounds. My brother, biggest bed. In an UK, you are earning the pounds of the UK. You are receiving the pounds. You are working in the UK. You are collecting salary. you're paying into the system. The iPhone you are having on your hand now, the person where they collect the biggest share, now the person where you know one identify with. Yamaha, the piano, the churches. Baba, you should have a problem. Your money is going to him.
No. Like now, it's in form of me coming to advise you about your own private life. No, yeah. But when I know that what you're doing will affect my own kids, like in my own environment, I need to talk, right? So I don't care about what people are doing in their own environment. No.
So you don't care about what people are doing in the UK?
It's none of my business. Why would I be bothered about it?
If you know now where you work at the moment, if your boss is a gay or transgender, would you resign?
Why would I resign? Do I have...
That's enough. Ekuda, come up please from YouTube. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hello. I don't want to show my face this time.
Yeah, that's fine. Just go ahead and speak.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell us where you are calling from so that people will know that.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies, everybody. I'm calling from USA.
Right. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. I just want to touch on a little bit on the VDM. That's the video, the voice recording, and whatever it is. I just want to establish one thing, that apart from the fact that VDM and Bobrisky has a personal beef, right? Number one, lately VDM has been acting, of course, like, I don't know what to call him, if he's an activist or whatever, but he has been representing a lot of people to collect their money. He has been advocating for, like I saw several times, where people selling unregistered or non-NAFDAC products, right?
Yes.
And he will call them out. And I have seen about several people that were owing and refused to pay. And then they will call him, okay? And then he calls them out same way he has done on this case. However, the only problem I saw, which of course I want to look at it in the legal aspect, was the way he analyzed for analyzing that voice recording and make those assertions in the face of law. I don't really buy into that. Because however, if you listen to his submission, right? After calling Bobrisky out and threaten the way he used to threaten whoever is calling out. After calling Bobrisky out, and he gave 4 hours. He gave him not 24, 4 hours. However, Bobrisky was begging and already sent that money. But you can hear in his submission that when he saw, you understand, when he heard in the voice he had with him, that Bobrisky, the EFCC collected 15,000, and then the correctional service collected money and exempted him, took him out of this thing. He said, "Oh, no, wait a minute." You understand? He didn't care. He said it didn't matter to him whether he has paid that money or not. You understand? Because I was listening to all the comments, even before now. I listened carefully of at the point where he released the conversation. You understand?
Hold on, somebody wants to correct something.
He said what?
After the video was released.
He said what?
Now watch it properly.
You said what?
You said what?
It was when VDM released the video. VDM had released the video before the guy Bobrisky start calling to pay the money.
No. Go back to it. Go back to it because
the whole video. I told everything up. I watched the whole video.
Okay, but anyway, hold on. I don't want us to argue about that. But what it is was, you see, of course, we know that they have beef already, right? But the point where you see the way VDM reacted when he saw, when he listened to what Bobrisky said about EFCC and what do you call it? Correctional service. You understand? There was no way VDM wouldn't have released that same day, because it was a heavy, accusation. He wouldn't have, in my own opinion, right? And with what he has been saying, he wouldn't have kept it unattended. That is just what in my own opinion. Maybe, probably, people will say maybe he released it before or after, but with the way he analyzed it, he wouldn't have left it unattended. The fact that he went there, he bribed them, what do you call him? Godfather made a call that you cannot be in the jail, and then to bribe his way out of the correctional service or EFCC. So that is the way I look at it.
In a nutshell, what you are saying now, Oga, is that VDM did fantastic. The only problem...
the problem was the way he analyzed...
He analyzed it.
Analyze it. Yes. And for instance, if in my opinion, if probably I have the knowledge of it, I say, okay, you know what? You can just, and again, let us look at it from another angle. Do you know that when he mentioned, even though the way he mentioned the SAN and the son and all of that, right? But if you notice, the fact that he mentioned that because in the video their name was mentioned, and it was 10 million to do whatever the research they wanted to do, right? But 2 days after, there was a lawsuit. You understand? Where FAS now responded that there was a conversation. There was a conversation because in the video, Bobrisky said FAS called him, reach out to him. That was what he said. But in the counter, when FAS responded, FAS said it wasn't him who made the call, that Bobrisky reached out to him, asking him for 3 million. You understand? Now, that established the fact that there was a conversation.
That confirmed it, yes, yeah.
That confirmed that there was so in a way, if their name was not, if that part of it was not part of this report, there would be no, at least a first evidence that there was a conversation, oral conversation, apart from the text. Because at the same time, with the conversation, there was a texting, apart from the conversation too. You understand? So that is just the way I look at it.
As elderly man you are, what advice do you have for VDM? Because
that's it. See, what I noticed, right? You see, what we should all know that you, Mr. Ben, you should realize that these people, all of these people in this soul circle, you cannot. Snake does not give birth to rat. Okay? You see, all of them, even when you listen in the House of Assembly, you listen to the questions they're asking, listen to the whole drama there. These people they all behave the same way. They don't know better.
Animalistic.
You understand? They do not know better. If they don't know better, VDM, even it is unfortunate that VDM need to maybe you see the way he present everything is so raw and so, so childish. You understand? He should even the lawyers too, right? Everybody, they are all operating in almost the same circle. You cannot give what you don't have. You understand?
VDM lawyer.
Yes, you cannot give what you don't have. These people are very limited in their thinking. The presentation, how they speak and how they talk, they are very, very limited. So Bobrisky, VDM, I will advise that is, to polish himself, to really have a strong advisor when he has all these things to advise, to, approach some people to coach him how to present most of those things, because it's just all over the place, blah, 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 and if doesn't even, you see, these people doesn't even know where they're going too far. And this is where all this, what do you call it, defamation comes in. You understand? They are not well informed. If they are well informed, there are certain where you can present something without, you understand, defaming people along the line.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Biggest bed. What did you say you want to say, please?
I said I want to ask him a question. The people VDM should consult to even polish him and tell him the way he will present. Where are they when the country is tearing apart? My brother.
Let me. I want Jay to answer you. Jay, you are there. You hear what the guy is saying? He said the people that VDM should consult, where are they when the country was going down? Do you think that is the best pattern of looking at this scenario, sir? And that is for Jay. Jay.
No, that's not the best. Though. I think biggest bet is just trying to, be sarcastic about it. That's not the way at all.
Yes,
it's not the way at all.
Yes,
because VDM already knows what his platform is all about. You understand? You know what you want to do. You have said that you don't want to do advertisements. You don't want to mingle with anybody that will, make you start switching sides. This is what you want to do. You want to face the high and mighty. Anybody that wants to rub mud with you, you want to rub them. Now you have to be sensible. Surround yourself with lawyers, especially when you have come out of the case with Iyabo and what's their name?
Yes.
You should now know how to, I believe you watch movies. You watch movies, so you should know how to be sensible about things. Never let they admire Rufai Hosseini. Where Rufai Hosseini they attack people. They attack people as in a very diplomatic way, and it snap them. So you want to behave like that. So you have to advise yourself. If you don't know what to do, what the law says, what the law permits, you have lawyers. And you go tell us, okay, see what I want to do. How do you guys think? Let them advise you, take their advice, so that if you now take their advice, you will not know how to present such a thing. Before my mic went off just now, I was trying to explain something. So at the end of the day, do you know that when that matter went haywire, they transferred money to that man's account, about 100 million. Now, the man now noticed that it was wire instead of deposit. So the bone of contention was not this. Before, they agreed 50-50. Now, because it is wire, no more, 70-30. Because it is wire, is now 50-50. See where Nigeria, I'm taking you down to Nigeria, this is now. Do you know that when there was that problem between these guys and this man stays abroad, the Alaji. This Alaji came down to Nigeria, went to state CID in Lagos, reported the case. Imagine himself into fraud. He reported the case. Yes, so these policemen went from left Lagos, went to different cities where these boys are. They packed all of them straight to. Do you know what they use in packing these boys? Murderers. Kidnappers.
Can you imagine?
Now, what am I trying to say in the case of Bobrisky now?
Where did it come that Bobrisky actually did money laundering?
Nothing. Nowhere.
I don't know if you understand me. Now, see what happened in the political terrain in this just concluded Edo State election, when they said DSS from Abuja or from wherever started going to pick all the opponents of the other side. What are they using to pick them? Murderers, kidnappers, suspects. That is the country where you live. So if they are saying that they use money laundering as one of the offense to hold Bobrisky and dropped it, that is because that was never the offense. Do you know that when they picked these boys and they finally got to the station in Lagos, me, I had to fly to Lagos to meet them the next day because I wanted to be there because I know how the matter went. To see how this thing goes through. When they went to Lagos, they went to the Oga office. Now, inside the Oga office, they talk the reading. What did they talk? Oh boy, I must reach your hand. Oh boy, I must reach your hand. They share money in percentage. Police collect money where that day. Now, the Alhaji way bring case come, nobody saw Alhaji's eye. That is the Nigeria where we live. Now, we all know that Bobrisky now somebody will be saying, you know, all this lifestyle, he like to show lifestyle, pepper them. You might be surprised that some of these things he said, now just make it show off. You might be surprised that there was no 15 million be paid to anybody. You're surprised. He just want to use and show off to his friends, saying a big shot. Now,
the large
if
amount
I
of
ask you now, what if Bobrisky need 15 million for what they call people where Godfather did there? Why Bobrisky go they call people made they pay 1 million to your account where Godfather did?
Do you know what you are saying now? This is a very important part of looking at it. So if the Godfather was so powerful to call the Control General, what is now left of him to be paying 15 million for somebody?
I don't know if you understand me.
9 million for somebody.
So now when you want to do all this like to show yourself, you can't go implicate yourself.
Because you have to show the account now, how he transferred the money.
That is it. No account to show. Godfather will tell you, okay, now he pay for the accommodation where Godfather carry and go. You're not being paid. Godfather don't know say you go pay so and so people. So now he will come there inside say, come they call people for money, may they pay. So the whole thing is twisted. If they are looking for evidence, they might not see.
Another evidence they say they have is there's a guy called Radio Guard. The guy that has been going on Very Dark Man for weeks came out now and say, because I supported Bobrisky did not pay me. Do you think this kind of people should be listened to in our conversation? Because the guy said, I supported Bobrisky, he did not pay me. He could not even give me 1 million. And the girl is doing 15 million birthday. And I'm asking, why are you spending so much money and you're not even giving your support or something? For that reason, the clown came out to be chasing cloud. These are the kind of people that have diluted our social media platforms, where voices that are critical thinkers are no longer acceptable to speak. I want to really say something to Very Dark Man die-hard supporters, people that really loves him. I want to tell you guys something. I don't have to love Very Dark Man to accept his message. I don't have to worship Very Dark Man to accept his message. I can criticize Very Dark Man just the way I can criticize anybody else. Please, when you come on this platform and you saw a post where we are not very nice to Very Dark Man, don't take it personal. He's a social media guru. He has 1.7 million followers. So when he says something, it's not the final answer. Opinions like us also matters. It makes him a better person. Don't come here and form these religions of fan base, Man City versus Man United. It doesn't make any sense. A country can never move forward when it is like that. In this country, if a prime minister is performing bad, the first person that will remove him are his political party. That is how the country is moving forward. In Nigeria, no. The political party will cover him. His tribe will cover him. His wife will cover him. Everybody will cover him until everything destroyed. We cannot live our life like that. Just because Very Dark Man has done this fantastic activism that he says he's doing all the while, don't mean if he got shot, we should not call him out. What he did in this particular case, personally for me, I would have done it differently. I would have done it. Somebody was telling me the other day, Mr. Ben, Very Dark Man has 1.7 million. You can never be his level. That is the mentalities of Nigerians. That is just the mentalities of Nigerian crowd followers. They have left, people have left their common sense in the cupboard and be following crowd every day. On this platform, don't be my fans, because I may be saying something you like in 1 minute. The next minute, I change the topic to something you don't like. You need to come here with your own analytical mindset, your freedom of speech, your understand to comprehend different kind of information. We're not going to go the direction you want us to go today, but we might go there tomorrow. Not for you to favor you, but for the reality to be exposed. That's what I do on this platform. And that's what I want this platform to be known for. When I started speaking, I told you guys, I am not against anything. I am not against gay. I am not against transgender. And somebody will tell me you are gay for supporting it. May God make your daughter this Bobrisky. Amen. If that makes you happy. We have lived above these sentimentals and cave mentality where I have to do it your own way. Somebody told me yesterday, Mr. Ben, how can you be talking in favor of Bobrisky? Do you know the lifestyle? Bible condemn it. Please go and ask your religious leader. Go and ask Adiboye. Go and ask Oyedepo to dare come on their pulpit and talk against gay. Why do you think they are not doing it? Why do you think Oyedepo can never talk against gay? Why do you think Pastor Adeboye cannot do it? Why do you think Kumu is not doing it? Why do you think Adefarasi is not doing it? Why do you think Paul Eneche is not doing it? Why do you think Apostle Suleiman is not doing it? Don't you ask yourself a question? But you still go to his church. Why don't you ask him, Papa, talk against Bobrisky? They will not do it because they know their limit of their strength. The world is changing. Raise your child so that when they grow up, they will not depart from where to raise them to be. But we are in the world, we are not of the world. That's what the scriptures say. If we have that at the back of our mind, I promise you that if there were 100 gay, it will not change your lifestyle. That if there's 100 of them, it will not change you. It will definitely not going to change your children. Let us stop this mob mentality. If Bobrisky is spy today, are you going to be happy? She's a human being or he's a human being. Are you going to be happy? Somebody is taking it personal with me. Don't dare call Bobrisky. He's a male. That is my own prerogative. You can address Bobrisky as you want. In this country, we call they, he, she, whatever. Everybody have their pronouns. And you dare not disobey it. In short, you'll be removed. You'll be suspended. If somebody told you at work, call me she, and you are calling him he, that is your own prerogative. Let us remove emotion when we are discussing a conversation as important as this. Let us not allow little forces like this to divide the bigger picture that we have. Let us not destroy our prophet because of their personal opinions concerning issue where they are able to express it. I am not against Very Dark Man. I wish him all the best. And I hope he unblock me so I can still be giving him inbox. Because sometimes people inbox me here and advise me. I don't really like what they're saying, but I think about it and it makes me a better person. The next time I come online, I perform better. I talk better because I've taken away from them what they told me with anger on the comment section. Very Dark Man is not a superhero. He's just a young man who is trying his best. And I hope that God will give him wisdom to redirect him so that he can do what he's born to do. Emotion has to be taken out. Personal vendetta has to be taken out. Somebody told me the other day, he said, Mr. Ben, this Andrews matter, Don't allow very dark man to get involved, because a very dark man get involved and he did not take your side, he will ruin you. I'm like, I don't want very dark man to take my side. I want very dark man to be fair if he analyze it. So I don't care whether he take my side or he doesn't take my, I don't want him to take my side. I never tell anyone to take my side. Once I come to this platform, I ask questions. I said, this is what happened. I want you to leave the emotion behind and talk. What do you think is the problem here? And most of the time, 100%, people begin to realize. People have called me on this platform and apologized and said, Mr. Ben, I'm sorry, I got this wrong, including bloggers, big bloggers that have my video destroy me on their social media platform, telling the whole of their followers. One of them has 30,000 a subscriber. But they finally watched me and came up and said, Mr. Ben, we did not see it the way you are seeing it. I said, listen, I am in the UK. I wasn't in Nigeria when this thing was happening. All I was saying is this, something is wrong. And I have never come out and defended Andrew, but I can see there's a lot of smoking fire everywhere. The way they arrested the guy, the way they pie him, the way they were sleeping in hotel with him everywhere, the way they collected money from him. I said, something is wrong. But instead of the people to listen, they were chasing cloud. They were not even chasing cloud. They were going on a personal vendetta. I promise you, if I was in Nigeria in June, somebody would have put tire on my head. I was on Daddy Freeze for 6 hours. 99.9 insults were coming my way, but I stood my ground. I said, this man, Andrew, I know him for 11 years. I know what he's capable of doing, but I don't know him about this. If it begins to practice this kind of behavior, I'm not aware of it. And you're not going to force me to say I'm aware because the crowd is against me. So I stood my ground and I explained my story. And today my story is being heard. Let us take emotion out. Nigeria is already a messed up place. Your government don't care about you. Your governor don't care about you. Your senator don't care about you. Let us care about each other, guys. If I'm angry and I say something against very dark man, he doesn't mean he's my enemy. And I'm sure he's listening. That's why he blocked me. He's listening. There are people I have blocked on my platform that I end up opening the page for gain, because I now thought, oh, what this guy said that time, it's not really that bad though. But my ego, my emotion allow me to block them at that particular time. And people have come back to me and told me, Mr. Ben, I don't used to like you, but I like you because I listen to your videos. And I know the way you analyze, you have your own personal thing. If your friend is accused of paying people, and you honestly know that your friend has never pied somebody in front of you, if 1 million people stand up and say he pied people, and you know he has never pied anybody in front of you, call it as an allegation. Do not ever accept it because of the popular opinions. That is what made you a man. That is what made you a man. That is what I did for Andrew. The police took him from Umuahia. They went to Aba Hotel and slept. They left Aba Hotel. They gave him his car. They gave him his phone. He was driving himself. If this man was so dangerous, how can 4 police officers allow him to do all these things? They went to a hotel. They slept. They were eating food, drinking Coca-Cola, eating food in a hotel room. 6 days later, you pied that man along the road. So all that text messages Andrew was sending me, we are New York, we are moving now to Benue. You pied the man and you send Harrison to the TV. Harrison was saying the man was running away. The man was doing fingerprint on the car. And the car start, the car run, zoom, the man drive off. And then vigilante, some nonsense cock and bull story. A man like me, over 40, sitting down in my living room, listening to nonsense like that. I have the fact in my hand that this man was driving himself comfortably. This man was not on handcuff. This man was sleeping in a hotel with them. The police were not scared of this man. This man was not a danger to the police, neither a danger to himself. Why did they pie him? You think I'll have that information and I'll keep quiet and allow lies to take place? Then they told you they went to his house. They found blood on the wall after 30 days. And I said, no, there cannot be blood on the wall after 30 days. There's something wrong. The same house you're talking about, when the police went there on the 8th of May to pick him up, they videoed the whole house. And I saw the video. I said, no, the curtain cannot be missing. Somebody went back to that house to remove the curtain. And today, the video is on this platform now. If you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube, it's below the comment section. Go to my videos and check the video. It's a cow, Malu. That is what they package and they show to Nigerians as a human body. When I called it out that this is not a human body, this is a lie. People think I was lying because you guys saw a video and a serene. Woo, 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 woo. You believe it. But I didn't believe it. I went and I began to seek the real video where we can see the image, and I got the video. I presented the video to you, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the comment, go to the videos and watch it. And tell yourself which part of human bone is that one. So anybody that can go as far as planting a human body in a community to deceive other people, have a hand in what happened to the girls. Why are you planting a body if the man did it? What is easier? Find the body, find evidence that the man did it, or planting a fake body to deceive the public. The video is there. Go and ask all of Harrison's supporters. They cannot look at that video with eye. It was not my video. Harrison presented it. You guys are just following crowd up and down, following crowd up and down. Davido cannot do wrong. Whiskey cannot do wrong. Burna Boy cannot do wrong. Your government cannot do wrong. Your governor cannot do wrong. What kind of a nation is that? Any one of you that come on my platform and say, Mr. Ben, I am your die-hard fan, that is the day I will block you. I don't need a die-hard fan. I need somebody that can engage their medulla abracadabra, or whatever they call it, that can engage their head and say, Mr. Ben, the way you analyze it is not correct. Let me talk my own. And I will listen to you, fair and square. And if your own argument is superior than my own, I will humble myself and accept it. Let us be honest with ourselves when we are dealing with this kind of issue, because there's so many divisions among our people. So many divisions. So if I did not insist for the truth to come out, the police would have lied. The police would have told you Andu is a kidnapper, Andu is a ritualist, Andu is organ harvester. No evidence. You just come out and say the man is organ harvester. An organ harvester that will remove his own cotton to carry body and go and put it in the backyard. What kind of an organ harvester is that one? Just emotional blackmailing. That's what our people are used to. Let us stone him. Let us stone him. He did it. He did it. He did it. Let us stone him. You want to stone somebody you don't have evidence against? Just because of emotional feeling, or because of your religious feeling, or because of the... May God help our country. But we need to begin to use our head. We cannot afford to be remaining, critical thinkers. That is how shallow our mind has become in Nigeria. Where somebody will tell you, I ask, this stone will heal you, and you buy it. Where somebody will tell you 5,000 people are standing on the pulpit, and somebody will tell them miracle money is appearing in your pocket. That is brain damage mentality. That is something, if you tell my little daughter, in short, if you tell my dog will shake the head like this. Nah. But you will see a crowd of 5,000 people standing, and one man will stand on the altars and say, I command miracle money to appear in people's pocket, and people will be clapping. People will be clapping. Adults will be clapping. Now, we are messed up, man, as a country, man. In short, talking about Nigeria is basically disappointing to me. It's humiliating. It's annoying. You are performing miracle money. You are performing a magic for somebody to enter airport in Germany and appear in France. And you are saying it on a crowd of 20 people. I'm talking about a crowd of 5,000 people. A pastor said it on the pulpit and people were clapping. Just ask yourself, and among those crowd, there are doctors, there are professors, there are PhD holders, there are master degree, there are fathers, people that the small children are looking up to. You stand there and somebody say, I went to Germany. I asked somebody to go into the toilet and appear in France, and you are clapping your hand. Think about it if Oibo man is listening to you. That is how damaged we have allowed religions and we allowed sentiment and nonsense to take over our thinking abilities. That we no longer use our God-given head to reason. On my platform here, we are not monetized. TikTok, no, they pay me money. Don't think when I come here, I'm looking for content creating. If you are happy for what we are doing and you support, good. The gift you are giving will go into making the program better. But it's not mandatory. When you come here, please leave personal feeling. Listen to other contributors. Contribute your own. Don't make it personal. Be analytical. Don't decide to have a conversation based on religion or based on my moral, based on fact. Because our country is already decimated with non-factors. So if Bobrisky or Very Dark Man did not expose this thing or release it, we didn't know what happened. I just told you now that Abakari Galadimawa came out yesterday and said some people were sentenced to go to jail in Nigeria and they will go and spend it abroad. Our ports are not safe. Our borders are not safe. Our police are not going to the office in the morning and going there to make a change, to say, okay, we are going to the office now to make a change, to do what we are paid to do, protect the citizen. They are going there for what they can get, what they can take into their pocket for that day. About a few days ago, a young man came on this platform called Kelechi. He lived in Ghana for 6 years. In short, he basically based in Ghana. Kelechi returned back to Nigeria to attend a wedding in Yenegoa. On his way back to Owerri, 3 of them in the vehicle, the police stopped them along the road. Where are you coming from? Kelechi told them, we are coming from a wedding. We're going back to Owerri. The police literally kidnapped them. The video is on this platform. Just go down and watch it. If you're on TikTok or on YouTube, it's there. He narrated it by himself. The police kidnapped 3 of them, collected their phone at a GUN point, forced them to log into their bank account, all 3 of them. The 2 has no money. One have 10,017,000. The police say, na them, na Yahoo. Na them. The police threat them that they will pie them and drop them in that bush. They will remove that money and they will use the rest to bury them. Before you know, they collected 3 million from the police, from this guy. I have the receipt. This is not a lie. This is a truth. I'm telling you now. The police wired 3 million from this young man's account, from different POS, from different accounts, 3 million naira. And they drove them inside the bush and dropped them along the road. The guy came on social media and talked about it. We posted it here. I think that video is about 150,000 views, went viral. The guy reached out to me. We brought him on this platform. He spoke his mind. When we are discussing that, Nigerian police PRO gave Harrison the guy number. Harrison called the man and said, I will help you to collect the money. Another police officer called me from Abuja and told me that Harrison is going to collect this money from the police because the case is viral now. Don't allow it to happen. I want you guys to listen. I have the video. Because on that day, I was 2 hours online. Once I finished that 2 hours, I received a tip. And when I received the tip that Harrison was about to go and collect the money, at that particular time, Kelechi have not even spoke to me. I came back online and I warned Harrison. And I said, Harrison, you must not go and collect the money. We want to know the POS man. We want to know the police officers. We want to see their identities. Because what Harrison normally do, what the Nigerian police will do, when a case like this happens, they will call Harrison. They will give the information of that guy to Harrison. Harrison will call the person and make a video and post it on his social media and say, today we get anonymous tips that police extorted this person, blah, 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 and make a video and quickly go and collect cash. Then you will never hear the name of the POS man. You will never hear Diaza. You will never hear nothing. You will never hear what happened to the police. Harrison will just come and give the money to the person on social media and use it to create content and hide the identity of the officers and tell you the officers are under investigation. Investigation you will never hear nothing about. When the officer called me from Abuja, I came back online. I put a warning out to Harrison. The police in Owerri begin to shout. Zone 16. They wanted to offer cash to the boy. I wrote a long message and sent it to the PRO. I said, no cash. You guys must give the guy his money by bank transfer and those officers must be displayed. I was on them on this platform. The video is here. And Harrison did not continue calling the guy again because I've exposed it. The police now hand over the 3 million to the guy. The guy went to Owerri, to the zone 16. When the guy got there, the police have the money ready in cash. The guy called me. I said, don't collect cash. Tell them to transfer the money to you in your bank account. Collect your money first and you can sue them. Another police officer came and helped him to transfer the money. They hand over the cash to that officer because he's a POS man. The man Trump. I'm telling you fact. I'm not lying. These are fact. 100% fact. So biggest bed, you say you live in London, you don't want anything, you are not in Nigeria. The day you go to Nigeria, this can happen to you. That is how Kelechi got his 3 million naira back. Today, we don't hear about the police officers anymore. We don't hear about the Azaman anymore. We don't hear nothing. The case don't die. Those police are back on the road now, waiting for their next victim. This is where we are doing things. But some of you guys are so emotional. You go to Harrison page now, you will see him giving money back to the victim. He say, I collected this 1 million from the police. They extort. Even a lawyer in Nigeria is not able to collect money from police. A lawyer in Nigeria is not able to collect money. Don't you ask yourself, what are the connections between Harrison and police that police are so willing to give this guy money? Including the person where police don't pay. My friend was pay the 1.5 million my friend bribed police with. Harrison went to collect it in cash after the person don't pay. On another, they ask yourself question, say, this doesn't make any sense. The person, they don't pay ammo, they pay the man. The money when he pay, Harrison go bring the money in cash. Who he won't give the money to? But emotionally driven people, full on social media. Oh, you are doing well. You cannot see the bigger picture. That is why I so much love what our brother said on YouTube now. He said, even this Bobrisky jail could be planned to shut Very Dark Man down. You have to be able to have the analytical part of your brain working for you when you are dealing with a controversial issue like this. Because if you don't allow, you allow emotion to rob you of the realities. I am not your normal bloggers. And I'm not starting this for a fresh. I've been doing this. When I was saying today, when I saw Deji today, I just tested Deji. Deji, I don't know what advice you are giving to Very Dark Man. Deji is my friend. We are the same co-guy. Deji Adeoju. I'm not just a friend. I can show you evidence of our friendship. It was the Ideji that I bet during P2B election. It was me that bet Ideji $10,000 at that time. Deji, Dele Mamudu. I said, Deji, P2B will win the election. He said, no, let us put $10,000. Me, him, Dele Mamudu, we wanted to do it. So that's how I know the guy. That's how much I know the guy. And he's from my state. The question I sent a text message I sent to him, I said, are you giving this guy advice? Because I don't believe this voice message would have come to you. I know how much you respect Mr. Falana. You could have dealt with it in a different form. But for some people who are emotionally driven, when I'm saying this on my platform, they will think you are against Very Dark Man. You are against Very Dark Man. No, we are just analyzing it the way it's supposed to be, so that he can become a better blogger. He can become a better activist. What is so difficult to understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for joining today. If you're going to join us next time, please come with fact, no emotion. I'm going to give you a chance to come on our platform and say your mind as you feel. And if we know that we are walking on the same direction, I promise you, I will even make you admin so you can have your say on this platform. But we are not going to tolerate, celebrate bullying or intelligent hating somebody. We don't do that. I do not have a problem with Very Dark Man. And Very Dark Man, if you watch this video again, you got to unblock me so I can tip you sometime. So that is it for now. And for those of you guys that are joining us new, over 5,000 people are on our page from last week to today. We want to thank you guys for the growth. We are doing well. Our voice is our strength, and we need to use it. My website is www.nigeria24news.com. Our YouTube page is there, and the TikTok is there, and our Twitter page is there. Please support true journalism in the sense of ordinary voices. No emotion. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And we are 2 hours, 7 minutes ahead of time. And we are basically over the time I wanted to spend online. All of you that joined us today, Jay, thank you so much for being part of us today. And Kodayo from the US, thank you so much. Stella, thank you so much for joining us. Falila, thank you from the US. And thank you, Francesca, for joining us. Thank you, The Prince. Thank you, all of you guys, for joining us. If you have not follow and likes and share. Even if you don't agree with me 100%, I don't agree with you 100%. And I would never want you to agree with me 100% because that will end my ability to grow. Thank you so much, Don Anthony. Thank you so much. So I want to thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Thank you. So the video will be available on our YouTube page. You can rewatch it. You can share it with somebody. You can cut and paste. I have no problem people using my video. Please do what you want with it. And all of you guys that appear on this video, you can make use of it. You can monetize it. As long as the truth is propagated, we are happy. My name again is Ben. Thank you for joining, and God bless you.